We're there all day, every day. That's actually wrong. We're not there all day, every day.
I mean, that's very regular. You tuck them in at night.
We do. We do. Breakfast is there in the morning.
I am Sam, and I am an interior designer here at Bromwell Construction, and I also am the coordinator as well. Bromwell Construction was founded by Frank Bromwell Sr. and Frankie Jr. They had a shared passion for construction, and they wanted to make an impact in the industry. We are a family-owned and operated company out of Delaware. We specialize in kitchen remodels, bathroom remodels, full home renovations, as well as new construction, such as additions, custom homes especially. That is what we love to do. So if you call Bromwell Construction, you will have the pleasure of talking to me first. I will get all of your information, and then I'll also go into the details such as your goals for the project, which you are looking as your final result. The initial call can be anywhere from 5 minutes to maybe 10. Anything a little bit more in depth could run 10 to 15, like additions or new construction. Depending on what you're looking to have done, I will hand you off to your project estimator and your designer.
My name's Kristen Andrews, and I am the in-house kitchen and bath designer with Bromwell Construction. We have been in business since 2015 and serving kind of the greater Newcastle County area since. The benefits of having a company like Bromwell is really just having a team of designers, contractors, trade specialists, so everybody is really a professional in their own field. I am phase 2. Phase 1 is the initial phone call into the company where Samantha will take the call, just have a brief conversation, and then set the initial appointment. From then, I will take over at the initial appointment where I will come out to the home, meet with the client, talk to them about their needs, their wants, their expectations, and make sure that you can solve whatever issues it is that they're looking to have solved. Also during this phase, when I'm there, we will talk about an investment that they're comfortable putting into the project. Typically, the time between the call from Sam to me coming out is anywhere from a week to a week and a half. The turnaround's usually pretty quick. During that initial interview process, I will then take measurements of the location and then bring everything back here so I am able to put it into the design program and create kind of the new idea. The end goal of this step here is to be able to have something to present to the client for the presentation meeting. During that initial presentation, we're able to cover layout, design, kind of selections to some degree, and then we'll know where we are in terms of the budget. So the next step after I've come back and done the initial design, we set up another time to meet out at the client's home. And then from there, we are able to go through the scope, present them with kind of an initial allowance for materials and an overall budget for the project. After the client has decided that they wanted to partner with Bromwell Construction for their remodel project, they will then sign off on the agreement, and we will then move into the selections phase. The selections phase is actually the most fun of the entire project. So that's where the client and I will spend either a day or a couple of days going around to the local vendors for cabinetry, countertops, tile, flooring, hardware, any of the aspects that they're needing to purchase for their project. After the selections phase is done, we then move into ordering and planning for construction. About a week before the project starts, myself, Dan, the project manager, and Frankie will all meet out at the customer's home, and all of us will run through the scope to make sure that nobody is forgetting anything and to just kind of reassure that we are going to be meeting the customer's expectations for what was talked about during that initial visit, the presentation, and now we're making all of that happen. I kind of pass off the baton to Dan, the project manager. He's the main contact, more of like a daily basis. And I am probably there maybe 2 to 3 times a week, just checking in. So we really kind of work in tandem throughout the construction process.
My name's Sydney Sheehan, and I handle all things new construction and larger scale renovations. And I am there with you every step of the way from concept to completion. We start with our initial design meeting. I'll have them take me around their home, show me like things that they love, things that are really a part of their style, and then kind of pull from there. I always have them explain the project really in depth to me if there's anything that they know that they want right off the bat, or there's anything that they know that they don't want right off the bat. Typically the initial design meeting is anywhere from like 1 to 3 hours. It really depends, but scale of project's a big deal and how much information we have is a big deal, because the more information we have going in, typically the longer the meeting takes. But if I have a lot to work with, then I have a lot to pick through and actually start to get much closer to what the design will be. If we're doing a design retainer model, the next step would then be, depending on the project size, either I'll handle it in-house or I'll get with an architect on it. And then we start in the planning phase. So we'll start actually like laying out spaces. So this is a much more general idea of design. And we want to take the time up front to figure out all of these things. That way, when we give you a bid, it's an accurate bid. This bid is going to give you what you want in this house. You're probably looking at, on average, 3 to 6 months for the design phase. From there, then we would start selections. And our selection process, we call it a white glove service, because I'm, again, like with you every step. Going to the vendors, we do pre-selection, so I'll walk in before, kind of pick out a couple things that I think would be great for the project, remain in the budget, and really make the place feel special. I actually love the project that we're looking at now. It's our 917 Barley Drive project. Just so happy with everything. We did like an exotic stone in the bathroom, which I'm obsessed with. All of the tile, the wood flooring, we did a herringbone detail when you first walk in. Tons of applied moldings, a coffered ceiling. It really is stunning. The kitchen's beautiful. We went with white oak on the floor and white oak cabinets. And I'm obsessed with the lighting here. Lighting is one of my absolute favorite parts of design, and I'm just obsessed with all of the fixtures that we ended up going with here. That was the longest part of the process, and back and forth, because I was begging them to go with the things that I was picking, but it ended up looking spectacular. My biggest role pre-construction is the binder. So now I'm taking these plans, these things that we picked out, and I'm detailing every aspect of it, putting them all in a shiny package to deliver them to the project manager so he can open it up and know everything that we've spent the last couple months going over. I'm in contact with the clients until we are done, until the punch list is done. We do our final walkthrough, we say our goodbyes. Like, I'm there from the beginning to the end.
I'm Frankie Bromwell. I'm owner and president of Bromwell Construction. Once we have a contract in place, a construction contract, we'll typically, depending on the size of the project, permitting process, up to 2 months in advance. We'll have our production manager, our project managers, and all relevant trades on site. We'll then start discussing schedule to see how many weeks, days certain trades will need. From there, we'll develop the whole construction schedule, and then really just prep the site to come in, start ordering materials, start doing site protection, and lining up certain trades. Our design retainer to construction takes about 3 months. Could take up to 6 for full homes, and we typically start about 2 months after. We can develop a construction schedule relatively quickly. We use Builder Trend, which is a software that allows us to have everything in one place online. The owners get a website to log into and a portal to check daily the updated schedule, how things are progressing, billing, change orders, selections, budget. It minimizes delays and confusion once the project starts. Day one construction will go in and do all of our site protection. If the clients are living in the house, we put up a ton of dust walls, run a HEPA air scrubber to get negative air pressure and keep dust from traveling to the rest of the home. If it's a new construction build, we have things that go in place like construction fences for safety, stone to make sure we don't track dirt on the road. So it really just depends on the project. So we have about 5 different site walks outside of our weekly meetings where we go around and with a full checklist. They pretty much happen at each step of the project that coincide with permitting inspections. It's definitely overwhelming to take on a large-scale project, and you can get bogged down with the selections and feel overwhelmed. That's why we like to push our design build processes, because it helps offer a less intimidating experience, because we have milestones and spread out these selections needed for high level all the way down to the smaller items that we can take our time and decide on that come towards the end of the project. On our new construction homes, we offer a 10-year warranty structural. On our renovations, we offer a 1-year warranty. plus any manufacturer warranties. We try to do a substantial completion walkthrough with the client anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks before move-in. From there, we give ourselves about that 2 to 4 week mark to get the punch list completed and ready for move-in, final clean done, and then 30 days when we'll come back, handle any touch-ups, anything that could have moved a little bit. Completion is handover to the customer, a fully clean, enjoyable home ready to move into and enjoy. I mean, we'll pretty much do whatever it takes to make sure a client's happy without that sounding too salesy. You can reach us at 302-598-7072 or find us on bromwellconstruction.com.